Each day, more and more people are impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic as doctors and researchers search for a cure and work to make a vaccination. There is also a painful side effect. It's now tougher for some lupus patients to get their medication because it's being tested as a possible treatment for the virus. Fox 12's KANDRA is live tonight to explain. KANDRA?
Yeah, that's right, Wayne. This is being used in research trials to fight COVID-19. It's also used to treat malaria, and this medication is also used for people living with lupus and other similar illnesses. Now, this can greatly improve their quality of life and even save their lives, but now patients are finding that it is harder for them to refill their prescriptions. It's a separate health crisis emerging out of COVID-19. Lupus patients are now finding it harder to get the medications they depend on.
We've been hearing about rationing. People are afraid that they're going to run out of it and not be able to refill it.
It comes weeks after President Trump touted hydroxychloroquine as a possible treatment for COVID-19. And as the drug is now being used in clinical research trials to study its safety and effectiveness for treating the virus. Still, top health officials say there's not enough research to prove any benefits. But hydroxychloroquine, also known as Plaquenil, is a lifeline for people living with lupus. There is no cure for the autoimmune disease that affects the joints, vital organs, and blood vessels.
This drug actually lowers the risk of people dying and preventing organ damage from the disease, and it's considered a standard of care.
KELLI ROSETA is the founder and executive director of More Than Lupus, a nonprofit that supports and advocates for people living with lupus. She says she's been hearing nonstop from lupus patients who are now finding it harder to fill their entire prescriptions as it seems there's a shortage of the drug.
Usually, people can get a 3-month supply. That's typically how we refill this medication. And I have heard time and time again that people are not able to get 3 months, not able to get 2 months. They're lucky if they can refill this prescription at all.
ROSETA, who has lupus herself, says she immediately refilled her prescription months ago when she heard the medication was being used to treat COVID-19 in China. Now she's teaming up with other advocate groups and doctors to write letters to government leaders, the FDA, and pharmaceutical companies, asking that they ensure patients who need the drugs can get them.
All that we're trying to say is don't hurt one community to help another community. Make sure that there's enough medication for all of us to use.
And lupus advocacy groups say that with different pharmacies, it does appear that there are different supply chains. So some pharmacies might have more access to the drugs than other. They say that if you're worried about getting your medication, you might want to try reaching out to a smaller, locally owned pharmacy to see if it's easier to refill your prescription that way. Another option is to try signing up for the mail order prescriptions as well, as they say that those too have made it sometimes a little bit easier for people to get their medications. Reporting live tonight in North Portland, KANDRA, Fox 12 Oregon.